Hello everyone, in this video I want to talk about these, the Atomos Ninja 5 and the Atomos Shinobi. Okay, so I'll start by saying that these are obviously very different devices. Now the Ninja 5 is a HDMI recorder, so this is ideal to be used with cameras that have an HDMI output and you want to be able to record footage which is a higher quality than what you might get from the internal media. So with the Shinobi, this is a dedicated monitor. This has no recording options. You can only use this to monitor what you're shooting, and it gives you tools to enable you to nail exposure and focus. So if you're looking at the Ninja and you're thinking, well, I can get the Ninja, I don't really need it to record at the moment, but it makes a great monitor, you might want to think again, because I found a few things with this that are not as good as the Shinobi, and one very important thing which might make you change your mind. At the time of recording this, the Ninja 5 retails in the UK for about £630, and I think about $650 US in the US. And in comparison, the Shinobi is a lot cheaper. It's about £290 I think in the UK, and that is around $300 US. Yeah, the Shinobi is about half the price of the Ninja 5. But if you're looking for a monitor, this could be the better choice. So let's compare these side by side. So let's start with the Ninja. Let's have a look at the construction. Well, the Ninja is really nicely made. The frame is metal. It's an alloy frame. And it's got a plastic plate on the back which holds the batteries and the SSDs. But the actual frame itself is metal. So the mounting points top and bottom use an adapter. So they can take either 1/4 inch or 3/8 inch threaded mounts. And also they've got locating pin holes. In comparison, the Shinobi is all plastic, and this is a totally plastic device. It's got plastic frame, plastic back, everything is very light. So the Shinobi just has 1/4 inch mounts top and bottom, and it doesn't have locating pins either. So in terms of weight, without a battery, the Ninja is about 360 grams and the Shinobi is only about 200. Both displays have very similar screens. They're both 5.2 inch, both 1920 by 1080. They're both 1000 nit brightness. On the Ninja 5, we've got HDMI in and out. As you can see here, I'm actually running the Shinobi from the output of the Ninja. The Shinobi only has HDMI in. There's no ability to pass through with this. But on this one, we've also got an SD card slot. Now this is useful if you want to do things like load LUTs. Because obviously you've got no other way to put it in because you don't have an SSD on the back. So yeah, this one's got the SD card slot on the side. Now, I'm not really going to go into a lot of detail about the recording options on the Ninja because that's not really what this video is about. I really just wanted to show you a few things that I found were important when it came to using them as a monitor. So one thing I do want to quickly mention though with the Ninja is that it does get quite a lot hotter than the Shinobi, even when it's not recording. So if you're thinking about using this as a monitor, you want to bear that in mind. I did a test with some Sony NPF 750s, and the Ninja lasted about 2.5 hours on one of those. The Shinobi was still running after 5 hours. I think it did about 5.5 hours. So that's on the kind of half size 750s, not even the big ones. And I don't know if you can hear it or not, but the Ninja has also got a fan which can be quite loud. The Shinobi is totally silent. This makes no noise, it's got no fan. Before I go on and talk about what I think is the biggest problem with using the Ninja 5 as a monitor, I'll quickly run through the various tools available in both devices. They both have waveforms and RGB parades that can be displayed in various sizes. They both also have vector scopes, although the Shinobi does include an extra feature that enables you to magnify the center of the scope. The Shinobi also has a histogram display in both Luma and RGB, and these are not available on the Ninja. Another feature unique to the Shinobi is a screen that combines all of these tools along with audio meters and a brightness control around the monitored image. Both devices have false color with the same options, however the Ninja seems to have lower resolution when using false color, with visible stepping on the edges. It does have a nicer IRE scale though on the left of the frame. It's worth noting that the peaking looks better on the Shinobi than it does on the Ninja. On the Ninja 5, the peaking display seems to go more contrasty, with visible stepping on the edges, making it a little bit harder to use. Both devices offer zebras. The Shinobi zebras are more adjustable and precise though. The Ninja can only be set in steps of 5, with each setting showing around plus or minus 2% of the setting chosen. The Shinobi can be adjusted in steps of 1 and only shows the results of the exact setting chosen. You can see in the test that I'm doing now that the Shinobi is more accurate and only showing that precise exposure level, whereas the Ninja is showing a much wider range of exposures. Both devices offer a 1-to-1 output and a ×2 punch-in. However, the Shinobi also has a ×4 punch-in option. Both devices offer multiple aspect ratio displays, D-squeeze options for working with anamorphic lenses, as well as title safe guides. Now, one really important point I want to make with the Ninja 5 is the way it handles LUTs. Now, coming from the Shinobi, I just assumed the Ninja would work the same way. With the Shinobi, when you load a LUT, it will affect the way the image is displayed on the screen. But the exposure tools like the waveform, the scopes, and the false colors, they're all based upon the signal that's being received. Now with the Ninja, it doesn't work like that. If you load a LUT on the Ninja, that seems to also affect the levels in the tools. You'll see in these tests that I'm doing that even though the Shinobi is having the LUT turned on and off, the exposure values remain the same. Whereas looking at the Ninja, by doing the same thing, as we turn the LUT on, the exposure values change. So in this example, you could not set your exposure with the LUT turned on. This is a good example where I'm using false color. You can see that the false colors on both devices are the same. But now if I enable the LUT on both, you'll see that even though the exposure values remain the same on the Shinobi, they've now gone a lot darker on the Ninja 5. I do really think that unless you really need the recording features of the Ninja, you probably should consider the Shinobi. It costs half as much as the Ninja. The batteries last twice as long. It's really light, it's silent, it doesn't have any fan noise, and most importantly, the tools just work better in it. Now the Ninja obviously has the recording capability, which the Shinobi can't do at all. So if you need an external recorder, then your choice is easy. You can only use the Ninja for that. But just be aware of the limitations that I've pointed out, and especially when using LUTs. I have reached out to Atomos to ask them about this, but they've not replied. So if I do get a response back from them, then I'll post it either in the description or in the comments below. So with that, I'll say goodbye and see you in the next one.